Alright guys, today I'm going to share a little bit on how to write out a schedule and how to keep track of money owed, or at least how I do it. There's my big old rooster here. He's a big old boy, my little snowball. Alright, I will show you. I would make a list. Let's say Bill is one of the guys. Then let's say Pam. Let's say Mark. Basically anything that goes on my list is ready to do right now or the following day. Basically when I go to bills, let's say, I'm not even sure of the date today, it's probably like the 22nd. Okay, so I do bills, so I would write November 22nd. I would cross out bill. I would write how much I made from bill. And then I would flip to my back sheet after I cut it. Let's say that he's not home when I cut it. Then I would write bill November 22nd, $50. And that is just what I do right there. Now let's say we went on to cut Pam's yard, same day, November 22nd. I'd cross out Pam. Let's say Pam was 45. And let's say she was also not home. So she'd go in the you owe me pile. Pam, November 22nd. $45. Now usually I will cut for a month or so before, sometimes I see people or bill them or whatever the case may be. So let's say that I cut it again on November 30th. It would go right here below it, another 45, and I would do like that. And then when I cut it again, let's say December 3rd, she'd have another one there. Now some people I text their bill. Some people I mail a bill to, which is few people because I hate mailing bills. And most people I just wait till I see them. If they're home they pay me. If I catch them next time they pay me. I'm not strapped for cash, and chasing money is one thing you do not want to do. So Pam's good. Let's say we went and did Mark. And then we do November 22nd. Let's say Mark was 35. Mark's not home either, so we're going to go back here. Write Mark, November 22nd, 35. Now everything on my sheet is what people owe me. Now let's say Julia. Okay, let's say we cut Julia November 24th. Julia, 60 bucks, let's say. Okay, let me explain that better. Let's say that Julia sent us money ahead of time. Let's say that Julia sent us $200. So Julia would be in here. I would say got November 24th, let's say, and I would put a positive $200. Alright, any money in my book that's positive, that means I still got to work for it. That's paid ahead of time. Anything that's listed just as a number, that's owed out. So I would text Pam 40, 80, 120, 35. I'd text Pam 135 total, and I would text her the dates of the lawn cuts. But basically that's how I keep track of stuff. I just knock it off my list. Now everything's crossed out, with a straight line. When I transfer this into my book, see, I used to work out of the book and only do the book, but that was much more difficult. I'd keep track of what everybody owed me, I'd write down bill, and then I'd write bill owes $50. And that was just not fun or not easy. So what I do now is, this is basically what I come home with, a crossed off list of lawns I've cut. Then I would go in my book, and on this day, November 22nd, I would write Bill's name, $50, because you want to keep track of your revenue and expenses and all that. And then once I write it in my book, and let's say Bill was a bi-weekly lawn, then I would go 2 weeks down, I would write Bill, you know, obviously 2 weeks ahead. And then I would come here to my list and I would do an up and down scribble. Okay, I write Pam in, let's say Pam's a weekly lawn. I write Pam in November 22nd, then I go a week ahead, I write Pam in again. And then I come on here and I scribble that out. Now I always have this page for reference. Like if I forget to mark somebody in, or, you know, lose track of stuff, I not only have it in the book, but if I didn't write it in the book, it's right here. So if I write mark in, I'd scribble mark out. Now, sometimes you'll have somebody you do, let's say weekly, and if I don't do my schedule, you know, that week, they won't actually even, I'll write when I did it in the book, and then they'll go right back on the list. You know, another lawn to cut. But that's how I keep track of my stuff and keep everything straight, what I'm owed, what I still got to work for, all that fun stuff. And I don't do any sort of I mean, I have a yard book, but I don't. I like pen and paper. I mean, for me, that's where it's at. When I get a bit bigger, I'll automate things a little bit more, but right now, I don't really have a need for that. What you doing, big old Roo? That's Mr. Magoo, the big rooster. What you doing, big old boy? He's the nicest rooster you ever did see. Oh, I know. You let me pick you up? Come here. Oh, he's a big old Roo. He said, not today, buddy. I'm camera shy. But that's how I keep track of my stuff, what's owed, what I am paid ahead, and it's been a pretty good system. Working good so far. You're free to use it. Catch y'all later.